Come, friend. Come, let Maik share his wisdom with you. Let Maik tell you why the Dark Elves, or the Dunmer, are probably the worst of the worst in the whole of Tamriel. They are quite the prudish and cruel bunch, and are absolutely self-absorbed. You may feel bad for them due to what happened with the Red Year, but their self-absorbed nature led to this situation. In fact, how they ended up on Morrowind and got their weird grey-blue skin happened was all their fault. Allow Maik to elaborate. First and foremost, they used Khajiit and Argonian kin as farm tools. No one else does this, not even the Altmer, who allowed some of Maik kin to join the Thalmor. Maik does not like the Thalmor, but it is much better than being a farm tool working for house dress. They do not treat us as individuals but merely as tools. We are at the whims of their whips, working on plantations. We are even second-class citizens among farm tools, yes. The Dunmer prefer the scaly ones over us, and that is unacceptable. We are much better than the Argonians, but Khajiit is getting ahead of himself. This is a Dunmer hate sermon, not an Argonian hate sermon. That is a job for the masked exhibitionist, yes? The second reason is that unless you are a Dunmer born and raised in Morrowind, Maik hates to break the news to you, but you are an Outlander, or how they Dunmer like to say it. You are an Enwa. Yes, even if you are a Dunmer from any other province of Tamriel, you are still an Enwa, and you will be treated horribly. Generally, there is a very narrow number of individuals that the Morrowind Dunmer approve of. They do not even trust each other, as there is an organization called the Morag Tong. If you pay the Morag Tong handsomely, you can eliminate any of your opponents. And unlike the Dark Brotherhood, it is wholly legalized through their writ of executions. The third reason is that some despicable individuals ruled them, called the Tribunal for thousands of years, who pretended to be gods by harnessing the powers of the heart of Lorkhan. The Dunmer blindly followed these egomaniacs for thousands of years. We are not talking hundreds, thousands, and none of them dared question them until the masked exhibitionist Dagoth Ur started causing problems. Then their power started fading. Suddenly the Nerevarine, Nerevar reborn shows up, yes? Well, the Morrowind Dunmer started treating him horribly and tried to get rid of him in various ways. The temple would not even acknowledge his existence. However, the Nerevarine teaches the Tribunal a lesson by destroying the heart of Lorkhan and confronting them with their own mortality. The fourth reason is connected to the third reason. They were once connected with the Altmer, yes? Then some old man named Veloth comes in and leads them out of Morrowind into some ash-covered and harsh land, where nothing barely grows. Yes, there are some places that are arable, but overall, this is a harsh and dangerous place, filled with creatures that even Maik is afraid of. And that says a lot, because Maik knows everything there is to know. Here is the sixth reason. The whole ancestor worship practice has led to the emergence of a lot of ghosts, bone lords, zombies, and many other nasty undead creatures that wander not only the tombs, but the ruins and the homes of the Morrowind Dunmer. Other than the Blight and Corpus infestation that the masked exhibitionist unleashed upon Morrowind, they create the most annoying gathering of zombified Dunmer. Truly, they are zombies in life and death. The seventh reason is that the moment the Dunmer witness one dream from the masked exhibitionist, they decide to become exhibitionists themselves, talking nonsense, worse than skooma addicts. They agreed to grow gross tentacles from their faces as if that was not enough. Have you seen ash ghouls? Have you seen ascended sleepers? Only Dunmer would agree to get those on their face. Not to mention the corpus stalkers infesting the whole of Vvardenfell. Now, those are not all necessarily Dunmer, but it is contained within Vvardenfell. And most of the crazy ones that live on this ash desert are the Dunmer, the 8th reason. The Dunmer do not deserve any respect, is the hypocrisy they exhibit when it comes to treating the Khajiit and Argonians as criminals that go beyond the use of Maik's kin as farm tools. Maik does not deny that Argonians and Khajiit are overrepresented in the Dark Brotherhood, the Thieves Guild, various bandit factions, and other shady organizations. And yes, we are involved in the skooma trade. However, there are almost as many Dunmer engaged in these activities. There are quite a few Dunmer bandits, skooma smugglers, thieves, and assassins that work both for the Dark Brotherhood and the Morag Tong. Not to forget, they have criminal organizations such as the Kamona Tong. There are a lot more Dunmer necromancers than Khajiit and Argonian necromancers. Do you see, your prejudice against the beast folk has made you blind to the reality of Dunmer crime statistics, yes? The 9th reason is the complete chaotic governing structure that they have. The great houses control certain territories of Morrowind, where they do as they please and build whatever they please, making it a complicated mess to navigate. Not to forget, there are also Outlander tribes who do whatever they please and create chaos across Morrowind. They are also a special breed of Dunmer. But there is more. There is also Mournhold, with a king who has an entirely different style and form of government. Look, Khajiit understands political complexities. We have them. But pretending to have order amid absolute chaos is not the best decision. There are also imperial territories in Morrowind where everyone lives in relative peace and provides protection for Khajiit and Argonians from the Dunmer. Well, at least they did until the Empire fell. The 10th and final reason is that with all honesty, the Dunmer are skilled in many things, but they are not masters of anything. The Altmer and the Bretons are better magic casters than they are. The Nords and the Orcs are better warriors. The Imperials are better at trade and speechcraft. Argonians and the Khajiit are better thieves, and so on and so forth. The Dunmer would be a solid A-tier race, but not the S-tier that the masked exhibitionist always portrays them to be.
You farm tool, what are you doing in my heart chamber? I will destroy you.
This is all for today. This one needs to go. I'd like to thank my patrons and members, the real Chads, Connor Runda, Tonya Davis, unoriginal username, Janelle Rambo, Silky Johnson, Sovdark, Zenobia Wolf Moon, and Vadim C.